In today's video, we are gonna speak about the importance of self-soothing, what it is, how can we do it. Self-soothing is not about ignoring your emotions and pretending like everything is fine. It's about learning how to care for yourself when life just feels heavy. And why is self-soothing important? Because it creates a sense of safety within yourself. And it is also a reminder for you that even in the hardest time, you can be an anchor to yourself and you can rely on yourself. It definitely doesn't erase the challenges and the stress and the anxious moments, but it gives you this sense of clarity, resilience, and stability. So, firstly, it's important to understand how your body reacts to stress and to stressful situations. When you are in distress, your body goes into survival mode. Your heart races, you are tensed, your mind is speeding up with anxious thoughts. This is your body trying to protect you. However, so many times it just makes you feel even worse. And there is where self-soothing comes into the game, because self-soothing is literally like telling the nervous system, be okay, be safe, everything is good, calm down, chill. When you recognize your body, how it feels, then it's time for step 2, which is grounding yourself. It means that you can ground yourself in the present moment, and here is how you can do it. First one is 5 4 3 2 1 technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And what this does is that it pulls you into the present moment, which is very important, because when you start focusing more on the present moment, what you feel, what you see, where you are, what you're experiencing, like you know that moment when you're kind of zoned out and you are like racing in your mind and creating that scenario, and then all of a sudden you realize like, whoa, what am I doing? And then you kind of like, and you pull yourself back into the reality and you realize what everything is around you, like the colors, the smells, the sounds. Another thing is very well known, deep breathing. Breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds. Breathing really helps. We often kind of hold breath when we're in distress, like you don't really breathe, and you realize you kind of have to like do a very, very deep breathe in, and then it feels like you just released everything. Like, really try it. Every single time when you feel distress, when you feel like fighting, you feel angry, you feel anxious, you feel sad, whatever, just breathe in a lot. This is also so good because you can do it literally anywhere. Even when you're around people, you can do it kind of like not that obviously, but you can still breathe in very deeply to calm yourself down. And another thing is to hold something cold. Hold an ice cube, put your hands under the cold water, because that sensation of coldness is actually bringing you into the present moment. I think that that's also why cold exposure is so interesting. If you are standing under the cold shower, you literally cannot think about scenarios. All you think about is the cold water, and it's how to heat up your body. So try it. You don't have to go under the cold shower, but you can hold an ice cube. It's actually quite interesting and fascinating how it works. The next thing, when you ground yourself, you can use a comforting ritual. What is it? It is literally whatever makes you feel comfortable and soothe. So it can be cuddling yourself in a warm blanket, drinking a warm tea. It's very interesting because a lot of comfort comes from the sensation of warm, and a lot of bringing yourself into the present moment comes with cold. So you can experiment with different temperature things. Now the great thing is, and that's my favorite, is to listen to calm music. However, sometimes when I feel a little bit sad, I feel that I get calm when I listen to something heavier. So suit your taste, whatever makes you feel better. Another thing you can do is to shift your energy. Move your body. Whatever emotion you feel, I'm pretty sure that you can soothe it through body movement. And when it comes to shifting energy, you can also journal. I'm sure there are gonna be so many people who literally use their journal just when they super mad or when they feel a certain way. So their journal is just like not full of how they feel throughout normal days, but like when they rageful, there's like the text, like this is how I feel, and you just like put it out, and then your poor journal, and it contains so much information when I was rageful, when I didn't like something, when I was overstimulated. You just write it down. Practice self-compassion and you feel distressed. If you're asking yourself, why am I like this? Why am I always crying? Why am I always sensitive? I'm so emotional. I'm such a snowflake. You're doing yourself disservice because you are experiencing secondary emotions. You're reacting to feeling emotions with more emotions, and you feel even more bad because of that. Because you don't have self-compassion and you judge yourself for the emotions. Maybe it was because you were never allowed to feel emotions and to express emotions. So now you just don't express them, and when you express them, you feel very guilty about it. So compassion is very important. To be compassionate with your emotions. It's completely okay to be emotional. It's completely okay to feel emotions, to have emotional response to things. In a certain extent, it has to be balanced. It's not good to block them completely. However, it's not okay to like drown yourself in emotions for months over one thing that happened and it could be resolved already. But an initial thing, the first contact with that situation, you need emotions to flow, to go out, to express them. I like to do, and that's something that you can do when you at home, when you kind of in a calm space, is that I like to sit in some kind of meditation. I usually like self-soothe myself, that like I'm hugging myself and like stroking myself on shoulders, and I imagine parenting myself basically. And I am saying things like, it's okay, you can feel like this, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to cry, you tried your best but it didn't work out, but it will work out the next time, it's fine to make mistakes. And you self-soothe yourself like this, because what does it bring you if you're harsh to yourself? Then you feel even worse, and then you spiral down. I used to spiral down so heavily because I was just in this unlimited circle of shame, because I was shaming myself for feeling certain way, but then I felt even worse and I was shaming myself for it again and again and again, and I was just spiraling for hours. I was just like, you're so unworthy, how can you feel like this, why are you so emotional? And then making me feel much worse, and I was reacting to it again, and it's just like a tornado of negative feelings towards myself and self-hatred. So self-compassion is something you want to focus on in those situations. And another thing is, it's okay to ask for help. By all this self-soothing, it doesn't mean that you have to rely solely on yourself. We need human beings. We are social beings. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to share your emotions. It's completely okay. When you learn how to self-soothe, it's not about just calming the emotions at the moment. You're also building trust in yourself. You're proving to yourself that no matter how hard life gets, you can always rely on yourself. So the next time when you're overwhelmed, remember this. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to pause, and it's very, very good and okay to self-soothe in a good way, not through bad habits. The very important thing is, it's okay that you give yourself the care you truly deserve. Bye!